I've always been fascinated by how we communicate across vast oceans. And today, I want to take you on a deep dive into the world of undersea fiber optics. You know, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. Every time you send a message or watch a video from someone on the other side of the world, your data is probably traveling through cables lying on the ocean floor. So let's check it out and see how this incredible technology works. Now, this is really cool. Undersea fiber optic cables are like the highways of the internet, but instead of asphalt, we're talking about thin strands of glass. These cables use light to transmit data, and they're incredibly efficient. You know how your home internet might be a few hundred megabits per second? Well, a single modern undersea cable can handle tens of terabits per second. That's like thousands of times faster. The science behind it is pretty neat too. It's all about total internal reflection. Basically, when light hits the inside of the fiber at a shallow enough angle, it bounces back in instead of escaping. So the light and our data stays trapped inside the fiber, traveling huge distances with minimal loss. So what's going on when we actually lay these cables? Well, it's a pretty intense process. Huge ships, specially designed for the job, slowly make their way across the ocean, unspooling cable as they go. The cable is carefully fed into the water where it sinks to the ocean floor. In shallower areas, they often have to bury the cable to protect it from things like ship anchors or fishing trawlers. You might be wondering, how do they know where to put the cable? Well, before they even start laying, teams do extensive surveys of the seafloor. They're looking for the safest route, avoiding things like underwater volcanoes, earthquake zones, or areas with lots of undersea landslides. It's kind of like planning a road trip, but instead of avoiding traffic, you're trying not to get your cable crushed by an underwater mountain. Now you might think that once the cable is down there, that's it, job done. But nope, these cables need constant monitoring and occasional repairs. There are special devices called repeaters placed along the cable every 50 miles or so. These boost the signal to keep it strong over those long distances. But sometimes things go wrong. Cables can get damaged by ship anchors, earthquakes, or even shark bites. Yeah, apparently some sharks like to nibble on cables. Who knew? When a cable does get damaged, they send out special repair ships. These ships have robots that can dive down to the seafloor, find the broken part of the cable, bring it up to the surface, and then splice in a new section. It's like underwater surgery for the internet. And get this, they can even do these repairs in water that's several miles deep. That's some serious engineering. So what's next for undersea fiber optics? Well, there's always room for improvement. Scientists and engineers are experimenting with things like using multiple cores in a single fiber, or using different colors of light to transmit multiple signals at once. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff. But it's not just about speed. There's also a big focus on making these systems more resilient and environmentally friendly. Some companies are looking into ways to use these cables to detect earthquakes or monitor ocean temperatures. So not only could they be carrying our cat videos, but they might also help us understand climate change or provide early warning for tsunamis. How cool is that? So there you have it. The next time you're streaming a video or chatting with someone across the globe, think about the incredible journey your data is making. It's zipping through glass threads under miles of ocean, dodging underwater mountains and curious sharks. It's a pretty amazing feat of engineering that we often take for granted. Thanks for diving into the deep web with me today. If you learned something new, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious and keep learning.